turns out the point of view as the MC was an error. Never mind. I am officially the Simon Cowell wearer of the kilt. Not least because this actually was my grandfather's kilt, and part of the reason why we're all up here is my grandfather grew up in Plockton, and when he died, or while he was alive, he said I had to carry on with the kilt when he'd gone. So he was unfortunately a very big man, and big shoes to fill, and an even bigger kilt to fill. But with a bit of adjustment from a very obliging kilt maker in Glasgow, and lots of it fits. So thanks very much. First of all, my wife and I. My beautiful wife and I. Thank you so much for coming here. Really is fantastic to see so many of our friends and family here. The distance that you've all come, the amount of effort and expense that it's taken, we really are truly touched. And frankly, we've tried to put on a good show. Maybe we're a few degrees too hot in the weather, but you can't have everything. I had got a line in the speech that says, well, you've seen Scotland as God intended, pissing with rain and food. It's happy to be a different experience. So as some of you may know, we were planning on originally having our wedding in September. And it quickly became apparent to us that a lot of close friends and family rather kindly decided that it was a good time to get pregnant. And we were at a wedding a couple of weeks ago. Angus and Emma over here, who are the sickeningly tanned ones who just returned from sunnier climes, and we counted 8 pregnant women, one of whom had twins and was due in about a week and looked like she was about to pop. It seems to me that that's obviously one of the few consequences of the credit crunch that hasn't been poured over by the media. Rather than going out spending money, you're all staying in and having a good time. And I'm pretty sure that's not what the Bank of England meant by quantitative easing. But nevertheless, it meant that we could consider Plockton, which we hadn't done up to that point. And I think we've both had the day that we would want. And it's, as I say, fantastic for us that you've all travelled so far and come up here and spent the day with us, and we're really, really chuffed. So I'd like to thank Nick for your kind words. They really were wonderful. I have to say, when I first met Fidelma, had I realised that she had 4 brothers, one of which was a policeman, I might have been a little bit more circumspect about getting to know her more. Then I was asking about the members of her family and started to realise that none of them seemed to have normal names. They had rather strange and quite menacing nicknames. I was told of the baker. I was told of Annie Bombay. Nippy. Quackers McStravac. All out Bobster. All I would say is we don't want to see any of that today. The bear. And perhaps most troubling of all, there was Ming the Merciless, who personally liked to refer to himself as the wee bull. When I found out that the head of the family was also known as Papa Luigi, I was convinced I'd fallen in with Colerane's own version of the Cosa Nostra, but the Raffia rather than the Mafia. Joking aside, all of Fidelma's family have been really, really generous and kind. Very welcoming. Nick and Pat, you've been fantastically welcoming when we've come over. A special mention out to the Martin girls, because when we've come over they've helped look after us and it's been fantastic, so thanks to you guys out there. And for me, having Ronan, Kira, Greg, Angela and Eve in London has been really great, because with all my family being up in Scotland, it's nice to have you guys have been like family to me in London, and that's been fantastic. And now you officially are. So you can put that through your damn albums on Facebook and all that. And I know that Fidelma has been occasionally worried that she might be marrying someone a little too like her father. Because with pint in hand, we have been known to wax lyrical and debate into the wee small hours things like politics and religion, poetry, literature, Tai Chi, Celtic history. But I think the most important similarity between us is that both of us would protect and care for Fidelma forever. And Mick, I can promise you that I'll spend the rest of my life looking after Fidelma. And now for the longest part of my speech, which incidentally, for all of those who are clock watching, going along was a good idea. I got 10 pages of this book.
Take another drink.
Well, basically it's the thank yous, because frankly, with it being such a far away place from where we are, we really couldn't have managed this without the help and support of so many people. And frankly, without their efforts, we wouldn't have been able to do today at all, really, would we? To be honest, I think we were really moved by the service today, and that was thanks to Father McNeil. And it's a real pleasure for us that he's been able to come today. But I mean, we were really touched by your sermon, the homily, and it was, some really good words and really deep and meaningful stuff that we will treasure very much, because it really brought home to us the whole, importance of the sacrament and what we're doing. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the wee nip as well before the. And it wasn't that wee either.
While you're waiting.
Thank you for done with that though, shouldn't I? To Dee Dee, for your harp playing, thank you so much. And you played for probably 2 or 3 times longer than To Maddie, who isn't with us, but who so beautifully played the flute, that was fantastic for us, because we really wanted to have that at the beginning and the end. To Helen, who played the keyboard, was fantastic. To Roma for singing the song, that was really a lovely touch, and we really appreciate very much the time and effort that you put into that. And to Ronan and Elaine for the readings, we did us proud, and we're really pleased that you could do the readings for us. That was great. To Hugh, Kate and Ian, a little mention. Thank you very much for showing us how to throw a party up here. Old hands at throwing parties in Plockton, and so we drew upon their advice very, very much. Not least the wedding, I think, was 8 or 9 years ago? 9 years almost the day ago. The only thing I would say is that, if any of you women out there, be very, very careful, because one of the things, I don't know whether it's as a result of being in Scotland, maybe the booze or the drink flowing a bit too freely, but a few people took the whole point of the theme of a wedding being the chance for friends to come together a little bit too literally, and a fair few of them left with more than they arrived with. So just bear in mind that it's a fertile place up here. To Linda and her team for all the food and the drink, we've been really chuffed about the. To Elaine and Tom for so many things, sorting out the music, fantastic. I know, a lot of pressure, but maybe not. And to them with Alan Kendall, who organised the Cayley band for us, even if they didn't manage to secure the services of the diminutive Australian outfit Cayley Minogue. Nevertheless, we're sure it'll be a good dance.